How you doing, guys?
So, Blue Apron, that's what we want to talk about. Have you tried it? So Blue Apron, for those of you who don't know, is one of those at-home delivery services that sends you all the ingredients for a recipe to your house and the exact portions, 2 or 3 recipes, and it all comes delivered with the recipe, and then you can make it. So we ordered Blue Apron last week because we had guests in town, but Pete and I disagree about Blue Apron. I love it, especially for guests, because then I have 2 great, yummy recipes ready to go in my kitchen. And I think it's like just as good as going out to a restaurant.
I hate it because
we are yin and yang.
Extremely,
always.
It takes a lot of time, and there's a ton of prep. And I think that I could probably make the same or a very similar recipe in a lot less time.
Okay. So if you haven't tried Blue Apron, I do have 4 coupon codes, I think, for free meals to send to your house. So to get one of those, share this video. There's a button down below. Share this video with your friends and maybe even tag a friend that you think would like to try Blue Apron, and then I'll pick 4 winners. I'll send you a private message on Facebook, ask you for your email address, and then I'll send it to you for my Blue Apron account. Okay, so what I'm doing here is just a little meal prep. I need to get these in the oven before Pete does the blackened chicken. We're gonna recreate the Blue Apron recipe from last week, kind of.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing is I'm just using some avocado oil. I love this Neomega avocado oil. I'm measuring it so I don't have a crazy heavy pour. And I'm doing meal prep really simply. This week we went to Trader Joe's and I just got some asparagus, some butternut squash, and some broccoli. All I had to do was trim the asparagus, and the broccoli came already chopped, and the butternut squash comes already chopped too, which I love. It makes it so easy. Oh yeah, the avocado oil is great for this because I have the oven at 430, and so it's great for, what did they call it?
High flash point.
High flash point. Avocado oil has a higher flash point than olive oil, and
very healthy.
This one is non-GMO, high heat. It's great for everyday cooking. So it has great health benefits, but you can add it to any recipe that you would use olive oil. Well, my lovely friend gave it to me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. But I'll tag Neomega oils in it for you. So now I'm just going to put some salt and pepper all over all this so I can get it in the stove. You want to tell them what we're going to do with the blackened chicken?
Yeah,
since
so
we argue about
I
Blue
will.
Apron?
I have to admit that I do learn things from Blue Apron, cooking techniques, things that I didn't know because they explain to you how to make certain things, and I have learned some things from them.
So that's the fun part if you have time to cook.
But it does take a while. So
That's your beef
if
with
you
it.
get Blue Apron, it's going to take you probably an hour to make the meal.
I don't know. They
you
say
have
it's
to-
supposed to take like 35
No,
minutes.
you have to prep and chop everything up first the way that it goes. So everything has to be ready, and then you follow these instructions. It usually takes a little bit of time.
It's a lot more chopping than we're used to.
But they are good. You know they are good.
Yeah.
But it's time consuming.
Well, here's the thing. We're 2 busy working parents, so we don't have a lot of time to chop stuff. So it's a fun treat when we have that time, like on weekends or in the winter, or with guests.
Or guests, yeah.
But it's not an all the time thing.
So what I did is I researched. I liked the chicken. It was great.
Here's the recipe.
So I researched blackened chicken because they just gave you kind of like a spice pack, right? So I researched how to make blackened chicken, and I found some recipes that I like, and I kind of put a couple of them together to make one that I thought would be the tastiest, right? So basically what you do, and we'll put this online, we'll put this on Facebook if you want this recipe.
Put it in the comments, the recipe for the spice.
Yeah,
wrap.
we'll put it in the comments. So what I did.
Hey Kathy, hey
You want
Barb.
me to start now? Or
Yeah, let me put these in the
Right.
oven. So I'm just putting these in the oven. I'm going to watch them, but here's the asparagus, the butternut squash. I'm just putting it in the oven so I get out of Pete's way so he can cook. Oh, you have to put it sideways. Thanks, babe. Okay. Alrighty. All right. There we go. The other thing, so this was our other thing with Blue Apron, is that I felt, so the portions are, well, we got the one for 4 people, and it was so much leftover rice. last week.
Yeah.
A lot more than I eat, or I try to eat on 21-day fixed portions. So we ate all 4 servings, and then we had all that leftover rice and a little bit of kale. So I prefer to eat more veggies, less starch than is in those Blue Aprons.
Yeah.
Barb, who's on, is a Blue Apron fanatic and has amazing plating skills, right?
So basically,
Barb.
what I did, guys, is
Okay.
I did some research and I put together this spice, kind of like a spice rub. And what is in this spice rub is paprika, salt, cayenne pepper, ground cumin, dried thyme, white pepper, onion powder, garlic powder or garlic crystals, which I like, which I get from Whole Foods or my local co-op, and black pepper, right? Now the recipe didn't have garlic powder in it, but I added it.
Pete thinks
Because
that's
you have to
sin
have it. You got to
not
have it.
garlic
Yeah, if there's
in a recipe.
got to have it in everything.
Yes.
So what I do first is I take my chicken and I put it in plastic. This is very important. My mother taught me this. She used to do this all the time. You have to really beat your chicken so that it's even, so that it cooks evenly, right? And I found this really great way to cook chicken in the Joy of Cooking,
Oh yeah.
right? Which
It's
was
my grandmother's copy of The Joy of Cooking.
one of her-
It's a classic.
her kind of
recipe.
secret ways that she would cook chicken, and it's proven to be the best way.
They can't see you over there, hon.
So
Hi, Cray. How are you?
So what I do is I take my chicken and I beat it down a little bit to make it nice and even, and I just use a little bit of olive oil. Now the recipe calls for butter. They want you to melt butter down and dump a bunch of butter, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to use a little bit of olive oil for health's sake, right?
Yep. Absolutely. So the full recipe last week was blackened chicken and rice with blood orange and kale. So it was blackened chicken with rice, kale, and then 3 different types of oranges in there, which was interesting, and a little topping of sour cream. So definitely not completely 21-day fix, but it was a fun weekend with our friends Shane and Michael. So it was delicious, but our favorite part of the recipe was the chicken, right?
Yeah.
Like you loved the spice on the chicken.
Chicken was the best,
But
yeah.
we thought it was too much rice, not enough kale. I would have liked more kale,
Yeah.
maybe like 1 orange. So we're tonight gonna eat blackened chicken with some of those roasted vegetables that are in the oven right now.
So you want to grab that and
Oh, yeah. Okay, hold on. I'm going to grab the camera so Pete can show
So
you the
let's-
close-up on his
I'm going to show
Hold
you
on.
how to make this chicken. It's great.
Okay.
Where's my lid? My cover.
Okay, technical difficulties. It's under there, maybe. No.
Where'd you put it?
I don't know.
Okay.
Hold on.
We'll worry about that later.
Okay.
So
here it
anyways,
is.
what you do is you get your skillet nice and hot,
Okay.
and you put your chicken in.
So let's see the spice. Okay, so it's nice and hot with olive oil.
A little bit of olive oil.
And you're putting them spiced down.
Yeah, I put the spice down because then I do it while it's supposed to cook for 1 minute on each side. You want to sear it. You want to sear it in real good. Sear the spices in real good.
Okay, let me get a close-up of that. So we're going to have to compare if this spice blend was the same spice blend that Blue Apron sent.
Pretty close, I can tell,
Yeah.
because I tasted it.
So I do love Blue Apron. I want to give them a plug, and it teaches people how to cook. So if you, oh honey, you're showing the messy part of the kitchen. If you want to try Blue Apron, share the video, and then I will pick a couple winners to send a free week's worth of meals. Well, it's like 1 week. of Blue Apron. I'm happy to share those codes.
So what you do is you sear it for 1 minute on one side, you flip it around, and you do it for another minute. And the key is you take a lid. After 1 minute's time, and I usually just guesstimate, you know, doesn't have to be exact. You put a lid on.
So 1 minute on each side.
1 minute on each side, yeah.
Okay.
And you're kind of searing each side, and it keeps the juices in. Also, if you're doing something like blackened chicken, that's how you make it look, blackened, right? Because you're searing each side. So about a minute, you put a lid on it, and you put it on low. You set your timer for 10 minutes. So you set your timer for 10 minutes, and when 10 minutes is up, you turn your heat off, but you leave the lid on. You don't take the lid off. You put your timer on for 10 more minutes, and you let it go for 10 minutes on, off, with the lid on. You do not take the lid off, and I guarantee you, you will have perfectly cooked chicken that'll be nice and juicy on the inside. It will not be overcooked. I found this recipe, like I said, in The Joy of Cooking, and it was one of her special ways to cook chicken, and I tried it one time, and I really, really liked it. The only difference is when you make it, sometimes she wants you to brine the chicken for about 15 minutes in salt water, and I don't always do that when I have a lot of spices, because sometimes it tends to be a little bit too salty, right? So this spice has some salt in there and pepper, so you don't really need to do that. So that's about that. This is going to sit here for 10 minutes on low, and then after my buzzer goes off, I'm going to turn it off for another 10 minutes, and there you have it, blackened chicken. It's really delicious.
Okay, let me flip. All right, guys, so there you have it, the Blue Apron review and blackened chicken. I'll share the spice rub combo in the comments below, and share this video if you want to win, or I'll share a free week's worth of meals from Blue Apron. I have 4 to send out. We're
also in the process of uploading all of these videos, right?
Yes.
Okay, to where, to YouTube? To YouTube. And Kate is doing that.
I was going to say we.
So visit us. You can go on YouTube. How do they?
I'll share.
Yeah, she'll share how to do that.
Sure.
And you can. There will be a bunch of.
We're trying to save
we'll
everything
have all
as
of them
like
on
a
there.
video archive
with the video and then the directions and how to make the stuff. So and it's all free, so you can just go, and you're thinking about dinner, you don't know what to make, you can just visit it, see what you want to make, whip it up real quick. All these recipes are inexpensive and are extremely tasty and very quick because we're busy. We have
and healthy.
We work, and they're all very, very healthy. You have a healthy protein and
vegetables.
A bunch of vegetables and usually a small carbohydrate. I work out a lot, and I feel better when I eat some carbs. So.
All right, thanks for tuning in, you guys. Happy Sunday. We'll send you we'll post a picture of what the final result is.
Thanks for watching.
And if it's better than Blue Apron.
Appreciate it.
We'll find out.